Hi everyone, today I'm here in Gatsby, Bangalore with Shreya. Hi Shreya, how are you?
Hi Ishan. We've done a podcast before, so I'm so
have done
excited
that.
to meet you.
Yes,
Yeah.
finally doing it offline. So how
Yeah.
is your experience being with Bangalore?
Good. I think we both had similar experience with traffic. Otherwise, it's become a bit better because now I met you. So,
Yeah,
it's become better. Yeah.
Awesome. So how is your experience living the digital nomad life, going to Dubai? First of all, why did you move to Dubai and what was your experience in Dubai?
I think Dubai is one of those places which is very self-employed people friendly. Also, the options narrow down when you don't really like Europe after you've lived there for a bit. So that as well. And I thought Dubai would be a good place, based on the kind of lifestyle I wanted
Right.
and the kind of rules they have for self-employed people and all those things. So I like it there. I'm happy. It's only been 6 months, barely 6 months of me living there. But yeah, it's a start. So that's how I see it.
Awesome. So when I was talking with her right now, when we were having some food as well, she talked about premium services, right?
Yeah.
What are premium services and how do you differentiate yourself from the other freelancers, and how do you even find people who can pay at a premium rate?
Right. So I think the topic we talked about was that I introduced the concept of
Yeah.
premium services, and that at the point I think it was just any number that seemed unimaginable to people. I think we just categorized that as premium. And when I started out 4 years back, I think around $500 per month for an Indian freelancer was pretty premium. Now I'm glad a lot of freelancers have actually gone to making that at least their base fee for a monthly retainer. But I think premium in one sense could be anything that has a wow factor to it for yourself. If you think that wow, I'm able to charge this, then I think that has that premiumness to it, because it depends, right? For somebody, $100K is premium. For somebody, even 1K is premium.
Right.
So I think that way it is subjective. And I would say that, okay, so whatever wow factor you feel, explore that. Maybe that's your premium pricing. Normally, I would say premium in terms of services falls under that $2,500 to $4,000 per month range. That becomes quite premium if you're a solo freelancer, especially not an agency. How do you find clients? I think what you talked a lot about was just meeting all these high-profile people,
Right.
and I think that helps, right? Because it's not even about pitching it to them. It's just that sometimes opportunities open up. So just meet as many. I wouldn't even say rich people. I would say meet as many wealthy people as possible.
Go to Dubai, Habibi.
Go to Dubai. So just meet as many wealthy people as possible, because I think they really value what you have to do. And I think because they have been through that journey, they know how much it takes to build a brand and be recognized. So especially if you're in a service that helps with brand building, which a lot of freelancers are into. If you're in that, I think such people are more patient,
Right.
because they've already done that. So if you have that patience, then that's also what makes them a premium client, right? Because they're not only paying you what you ask for, but they're not also putting pressure on you to bring results that cannot be brought overnight anyway.
Right.
So I would say that's how defining a premium client would be, and just meet as many rich people as you can. I think do that.
Rob the rich.
Rob the no.
Don't rob the rich.
Don't rob the rich. No.
I'm just kidding.
It's controversial now.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Now, just like Shreya, if you also want to charge premium rates for the services that you offer, you need to first form the fundamentals, learn about digital marketing, and you can do that for completely free using the HubSpot Academy courses, specifically the certificate course of digital marketing on the site. You learn to build a content creation framework. You'll also learn different SEO strategies for websites. You'll also learn to improve website performance. Moreover, you will learn about how to create a video and social media strategy, as well as an email marketing strategy for a particular brand. All of this with the help of the free digital marketing course available on HubSpot Academy, and you will get a certificate at the end of the course. You learn all this from people who have years of experience in the digital marketing industry and have worked with various brands throughout their journey. You can also explore several other courses available for free on the HubSpot Academy website using the link in the description, and you can learn about LinkedIn marketing, content writing, and several other aspects. Go check it out, and I hope that you get value from it. And now let's get back to this video. Though, just to add to that point of, working with people who are well off or who are having bigger businesses,
Yeah.
another thing that you could do, I'm just trying to ask if you have done that, is to do a profit sharing thing,
Correct.
right? If someone is a real estate broker and you're handling social media for them, get them a
Yeah.
lead. Instead of just asking for your $100 pay card, you can just say, I just want 0.1% of whatever
Yeah,
you make,
yeah.
or 1%, whatever, right?
Yeah.
That guy sells a home for $1 million. He gets maybe like whatever, $50,000 or $40,000, and he pays you $4,000.
Correct.
So is that something that you also tried, and how has your experience been like with that profit sharing basically?
It's something I'm looking to try because there's something new I'm trying in terms of also my service. So I'm keen to see if profit sharing would work that way. I think yes, if your client has large deal amounts, like you said, $1 million, or even like come lower, but let's say if they sell even like a $5,000 service and they're able to, if you're able to help them close like 4 clients a month, then yes, definitely, like I think profit share does work
Right.
very well.
Right.
As a freelancer, if you do closing, if you're a sales closer, then also profit sharing makes sense. If you write newsletters and you help them sell through newsletters, I think anywhere where you can actually track numbers, track performance, and you can track the growth you've made. So you can also promise that, hey, if you're already making like $1,000 from your newsletter, I'm not asking you to pay me from that $1,000. I'm saying whatever extra you make, whatever I help you make, I'll charge profit share from that.
Right.
So yeah, there's many options, and I think if your client is doing very well in terms of numbers, which hopefully they are, and if you're able to help them increase those numbers directly, like not in terms of social media brand building, but directly you're affecting sales, then yes, it's a good model to explore. Also, a good model to explore would be in combination. So you have a monthly retainer fee, which is lesser in amount, and then you have a profit share on top of that. So
Right.
that works as well.
Right. So you have one aspect of your freelance business, and you also have your own agency, right? How was
Yeah.
the transition like for you, and sort of what was the next step that you took when you started that agency and getting those clients? How did that all work?
I think the most important mindset block to overcome was that nobody is as good as me. Because when you are a freelancer, you're working just by yourself, and then when you start hiring, you're like, okay, but can they really do it? Like,
Right.
if I call myself a premium freelancer, a premium service provider, then what is the point if there's already somebody out there doing it? But I think that was the biggest mental challenge to overcome, and just realize that there are a lot of people who have their own talents, who have their own things that they're good at. My job as somebody who runs an agency is not to look for the best.
Right.
There are obviously many more people better than me, of course, but that's not the job. The job is to look for somebody who can get the work done in the best way possible for this particular aspect, this particular client, this particular role, and enhance their work through my expertise, and that's it. As long as I can do that, I can run a good agency. So the difficult part was just that, and then I started with just hiring one person. So I had only one person for like 6 months, and 2-3 more people for like a couple of months, and then that's how I grew bit by bit. So
Right.
yeah, it's been like a progressive overload of hiring people.
Another part of what you are working on is ebooks,
Yeah.
right? Why did you get into this sector of like creating ebooks, and what has your experience been like with ebooks? Because like for me, it doesn't help with money aspect, but it definitely helps in terms of credibility. That okay, I've had this one 90-page ebook that I've written for people to go through and learn about LinkedIn, for example.
Yeah.
So how was your journey with ebooks and all the ebooks that you created? What
Right.
was your experience?
So I think ebooks I started writing because I thought of a course first, but I'm very comfortable with writing. Obviously, that's my whole thing. And when I started writing ebooks, I was also mostly only active on LinkedIn. So I had a lot of practice writing, not as much like on Instagram, so not as much video, not as much speaking. So I think I stuck to like my comfort zone and what I know I can do best, and that was writing, and I created ebooks. The goal with the first few ebooks was actually not monetization, it was just about creating and just putting it out there and seeing how it works. That's
Right.
it. No like motive as such, just like learn on the go, say yes, figure it out later, that kind of stuff. So I just said yes and I wrote it. Also, one of the main reasons I wrote it was because my dad told me you should write an ebook, and he didn't leave it for like 3 months, and I'm like, okay, I will write an ebook and I will put it out there. So literally after a point I was like, Dad, it's like August or 5th August or something. I'm like, Dad, it's coming out on 5th August. My dad is like, yes, yes. So that was the story. Like, my dad said that, you should write an ebook. I was like, yeah, that was a big, like, make him stop messaging me.
Your parents are supportive with the work that you're doing?
Very, very much. My
That's
parents
amazing.
have always been supportive.
Right.
I think, that way we also connect.
Yesterday, my father was telling me that I would love to work with you in your business and
Yeah.
not work in the company that I'm working in right now. That was huge for me. Didn't expect that from you.
No, I think we both are very lucky in that sense that, our parents have always understood
Yeah,
what we've
yeah.
done. So, yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think that's how ebook started, and then it just like I enjoyed the process of writing the first one, and then I was just in a loop. So I released 4 last year, 1 more this year, 6 ebooks so far. 7th one I've started working on. So I enjoy it. So I think monetization, yes, I'm also keen on that, like make more sales, but also I enjoy the process, so it's
Right.
good.
Awesome. What is your future plans right now? Making 7-8 figure deals with the rich,
Yes,
living
I guess,
living the
yes.
life.
Of course, like living the life is like I think the
Burj
biggest.
Khalifa. No?
Like Burj Khalifa. Like I mean, of course. Like maybe the next time, like whenever you're in Dubai, we'll have something more to
Definitely.
talk about and explore. But I think coming to Bangalore has been really good because I've met so many people who I've known online. Like I've followed. I've not really spoken to them. We've spoken a little bit. I know
Yeah.
what you do. You know what I do. But I think meeting people in person is a different energy.
Definitely.
You come to know so much more about them, and you come to know them as who they are, like behind the scenes. And I think so that has been very eye-opening in a very cliche way for me. So I think that has given perspective and that has helped me define my future plans better as well. So like I have more clarity on what I should do to get where I want to be.
Right.
So yeah, I think meeting people has been a good opportunity that way.
Awesome. Well, one last question people have is like, should I focus on building a product or should I focus on doing a service agency? Right. We were talking about this as well
Yes,
when we were talking,
yes,
right?
yes,
So
yes.
what do you think?
Frankly, if you have money, try a product. If you don't have money, use services and agency work or freelancing.
If you don't have
work.
money, rob the rich.
Confidence, yes. if you don't have funds yet to start get into development, I would say use this opportunity of freelancing because services and freelancing you don't need any investment. Most people have like if you're watching this video, you probably have a laptop and internet connection, and you can learn a skill from my or Ishan's social media, like whatever skill you prefer. That's it. That's your money-making formula right there. So I think services, they don't require that sort of monetary investment. Products do. Also, I think services, at least if you do it for a year, you will get exposure working with people, giving feedback, taking feedback, which you need with developers a lot because the developer does not know how to understand your vision properly for the product. So I think it can help with that as well. But yeah, that's how I see it. Although I think we talked about this, that services and agency work is very draining.
Right.
And I think after a point, you're still always trading your time for money. You don't really get out of that.
I feel like I'm not building something tangible.
Tangible.
Right.
Yes.
I am running after money.
Correct.
Client, bigger client, more money,
Yes.
right?
That
Adding
is
more
true.
people. But it's good. I sort of learn about how to manage people and work with them. So
Yeah. I think that's people skill and the social and communication skill will actually help with product building. Because I think these are whole 2 different things. And also, of course, when you start freelancing, hopefully on the side you also create content. And when you get into content creation, you build an audience that will then buy a product from you.
Right.
Infoproduct, or in this case, what we're talking about would be like a tangible product. So audience building is important. I would say avoid probably going the other way around. It's more easier to build an audience first and then build a product that's meant for them than to build the product and then start looking for an audience. So whatever your market research time is or whatever, try to build an audience in that and see how that works.
Awesome. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming in here and sharing all your insights.
Thanks, Ishan.
That was a short clip that I recorded with Shreya. Go check out her really insightful carousels on her Instagram about how can you make more money as a freelancer. Till then, I'll see you in the next one. Share this video with a friend of yours. If you are trying to get into freelancing, you can tag me on social at Ishan Sharma 7390 as well as Shreya Patar. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.